So, just down at the goat pen, finishing up chores, getting in a little bit of affection with little Miss Harriet here. She is extremely needy. If you sit down right there in her barn, she's just all over. She actually just parkoured off my back, which was really funny. It hurts because her hooves are kind of sharp, and she wants to climb all over you, which, yeah, it kind of hurts. But it was really funny that she actually, she definitely bounced off my back. She kind of was jumping up on my back and was kind of scratching my back, which was kind of nice. Anyway, I wanted to talk about today. Today we had several exciting things happen, we think. Don't talk about work a whole lot, outside work on this channel. And I'm really not opposed to it. I just never really, I try to stay on, whatever, I try to stay on point. Yeah, I never really talked about what I did for work or what my wife does for work, but maybe it's kind of intuitive. I know I've mentioned working in the oil and gas industry. Well, I am a petroleum engineer, and I was a production engineer and a drilling engineer up until, late October of 2018, and I got laid off, which was fine. I was kind of over it, as they say. I was getting kind of depressed at work. I'd been with the company 10 years, and I don't know. I didn't really like the way things were looking, the way things were going, and it just kind of, it's weird. It's hard to explain. I was treated very well there. I mean, anybody would, wish to have had the job that I had, but I don't know. Maybe I was spoiled. I was over it. Anyway, so I got laid off. No big deal. I was going to make a whole series back then about it and how I was handling it and how I was taking it, but the reality is I was good. I felt great. It was like a burden had been lifted off my shoulders, which it wasn't a burden, but it was just, I'd been thinking about for a year. I'd been thinking about quitting and kind of passively searching, but I mean, I would have been a fool to quit. Oh shoot, I left Callie's gate open. So I didn't quit. So, but it was like, man, I wanted to. And so when they quit me, so to speak, and I got a big severance package for it, it's like, great, this is a win-win. But of course it was an upset to our daily lifestyle. We're very used to the routine that we had and very dependent upon the income, obviously. So it was a shakeup, but I was blessed, and within a month of being laid off, I actually picked up another job, the contract job as a drilling supervisor on location. I worked for a copper mine out in Arizona, actually, which is a really neat project. I need to follow up with the folks out there and see. But that was only a 6-month contract, so it ended up being 7 months. My luck. Things got a little behind, but yeah, the drilling ended up going for 7 months. I was done middle of July. It was my last rotation out there. So, anyway, back home now and looking for work and really trying to reevaluate our lives and what we have and what we can do. And for years, I've had the heavy equipment and I've had the know-how of homesteading and just general skills and mechanicking, and we bought the sawmill over a year ago, and my wife does woodworking and she does custom, exotic fish breeding, and we have all these things, we have all these skills, all this knowledge, and I try to talk about this when I can in the videos, that I try to encourage people, everyone out there, to do the same and get more. Never settle for what you think you know. Always go and learn something different. Figure it out. Learn every trade you can. We're trying to teach our kids, 5 and 6 years old, 7 years old. We're trying to teach them everything that we can, because it's just so valuable to have basic knowledge, electricity, plumbing, carpentry, things like that. General mechanicking skills. It helps you understand the bigger world better. Anyway, I digress. So, here's today. Today, maybe this started yesterday, the day before, I don't know. It started yesterday. I had renewed an ad that I had on Facebook a while back about digging ponds, doing, land clearing, whatever. I've got the excavator, I've got Wilbur, I've got a tractor with a box blade bucket. I've got the tools, and they've always just been for us, for our own use. I've never had the time to go out and do someone else's job. I tried, I did Alonzo's clearing job, and I've been consulting with the neighbors and trying to help them. But I never had the time to commit to make it a job. Well, anyway, so I renewed my ad, and at the same time, I sent a text to a guy I've known for several years who used to do a lot of work in renovating and cleaning out foreclosed properties. And so I sent him a message, and I just said, hey, you know, my wife's wanting to get more into this woodworking thing and expand her woodworking business and offer it to the public as well. And I want to know, you know, if you have any leads, if you know anybody. Well, yesterday he sends me a message back, and he says, hey, you know, your wife does woodworking. I got a guy that has a project. He's got a couple cabinets he wants built. And the same day, yesterday, I get a phone call in regards to my clearing ad, or pond digging ad. A guy wanting a half-acre pond. He wants all the dirt hauled on site, built up for a driveway house pad. Typical sort of homestead rural design down here. You dig a pond, you use your dirt to build your pad. So, it's like, wow, both of us in the same day are like, oh my God, this, you know, we've been talking about this. What do we do? Like, this is our chance. Let's pounce, you know. So my wife gets in touch with the cabinet client, and she sets all that up for today. And I start pecking away. Luckily, one of my neighbors had asked me about doing a pond for him, exact same design, half-acre pond, you know, hauling the dirt on site. So I already kind of had an idea. I'd already kind of figured it up, what I thought I wanted to do. Plus, I've got a good mentor. Those of you that watch my excavator stuff, you've probably found Let's Dig on YouTube, Let's Dig 18. He and I go back several years, and I respect him like my mentor. So I reached out to him on it, and I put together a bid, and I sent it to the guy this morning, you know, about his pond. Well, I didn't hear nothing, so I called him this afternoon, and I said, hey, here's what I've come up with. Here's the numbers. Here's how I got them. And he basically said, yeah, that sounds terrific. You know, he said, I think that sounds fair. And so I'm hoping he's got to talk about it with his wife, and obviously they got to check their funding, but I know he wants it done, and he wants it like he's ready to move on it now. I've talked with every one of my neighbors about, you know, digging a pond for him, and they all, well, kind of want it done, maybe kind of, sort of, maybe someday, don't really have the money. So this guy is ready to move on it now, so that's got me excited. I'm waiting basically for the green light from him that, yes, we're going to do it. Meanwhile, my wife gets back in touch with the guy that she went and measured everything today, put a bid on that job. She's nervous as heck because it's the first time she's ever bid a job. You know, you don't want to bid too high, don't want to bid too low. There's other people bidding, yada, yada, yada. She gets back in touch with the guy because he said he would let her know tonight, and he says, you got it. Do it. Go for it. So she's in like panic mode now, you know, crunching numbers and trying to figure it all out. She's got 2 weeks to get this custom mudroom built in done, and I know she can do it. We have the tools, we have the ability, she has the knowledge. I know she can do it, and we're praying, and not really praying because I don't like to pray for money, but we are hoping, cautiously optimistic, that the confirmation comes back too that I can do this pawn job. That would be huge for us. It would be just a great, just shoved right into it. Now you're doing it. Now you're on your own. You know, I'm still looking for work outside. I'm debating like a total career switch going into commercial pest control. Obviously, it would complement the bees well. I don't care one bit about spraying ants and cockroaches. I don't want anything to do with that. I want to work with potentially beneficial pests as well, bees, bats, birds, that sort of stuff. So I don't know, if the opportunity comes along for that, I would take it. I really don't know. I mean, I love the oil and gas industry. It's treated me very well. I love the challenges, but I don't know that I want the rat race. I don't want the daily commute, drag into an office somewhere to sit in boring meetings. That hurts. If I can pick up anything on the side, consulting, working from home, traveling to location, sure, fine. But the daily commute it just wears me out. All I do is think about all the other stuff I could be doing when I'm stuck in traffic. So anyway, today, big day for us, exciting day. We're hoping that more comes out of this. I've got several people that have contacted me about ponds and land clearing. They might all be looky-loos, but I've got several leads that I'm chasing. Only the one today that I've actually put a formal bid on that I think might go through. A couple of leads that I've had in the last 2 weeks for outside jobs. Had an interview, had a phone interview, basically, had an on-site interview with another company, and then they both go cold. which will be the third time it's happened now. I interviewed with an oil and gas company a couple months ago. They go cold. I don't know. Maybe I'm screwing up the interviews, but maybe they just don't know for sure what they want. And again, it's the same. It's the rat race. It's just chase. And, one of my buddies, he said, hey, man, the rat race is for rats, and you ain't no rat. But what I like the go. I like the entrepreneurial position. I like working long days when I'm working for myself, and that should be anyone's dream. I guess there's some people out there that are just happy to just work for the man and take their check, and they like that simplicity and stability, and I don't really blame them, but it's just not for me. I want to see the fruits of my labors. I want to see the work that I've done. I want to see my orchard and the sawmill and the pond, and there's all this stuff that we've got going on. It would just be such a huge blessing to finally take it in on our own. Medical benefits is huge. We've got to figure that out. Obviously, we still got to pay the mortgage. But, if I can get launched into this land clearing, pond digging business, I've got the resume, I've got the tools. There's no reason why I can't do it. I just need to have the opportunities. I need to get the bids. I need to get them right. And, yeah. So, anyway, I'm rambling. You guys probably don't care. Wish us luck if you want to. I'm not asking for, prayers or pity or support or whatever. We're doing just fine. We've got a good nest egg under us. We're fine. But we're really excited about this opportunity to jump into the next phase. My wife went and bid this job, and obviously a lot of uncertainty, a lot of just fear. But right off the bat, the guy says, hey, look, I'm a GC. I can get you 3 or 4 of these a month if you think you can handle them. And it's like, hey, not sure if we can handle them, but by God, let's go for it. We got 3 out of the 4 kids are in school, and the other one, we're talking about putting her in a 3-day-a-week, Mother's Day out sort of program. We will see if this work stability picks up for us, that we can be self-employed. Then yeah, absolutely. She's going to Mother's Day out. She needs the social interaction anyway. So, long ramble, long day, exciting day. Sun's still up, so the day's not over. I'm going to go in and check in with wife, see what she's got going on, and I think I'm going to go hit the sawmill. My brother wants like $1,000 worth of rough cut, which he's in South Missouri, but he wants a bunch of trim sawn out, or just 1-bys sawn out, and some 2x6s. We're discussing, I'll saw that out for him, haul it up there on the trailer. Hey, go visit the brother, why not? While I'm up there, he has hardwoods on his property that he had logged, walnut, hickory, oak, all the good stuff that we don't have down here. And that's all been logged and gone, but what he's got left over is crotches, butt pieces, short pieces, stuff that you can get good novelties out of, burls if we can dig the dang things out of the ground. So I'm going to try to make that work, and that puts me under a time crunch to get that sawn out for him here in the next couple of weeks. Get up there and maybe deliver it up to him. Hey, you're my brother, we're shaking hands, we're doing business. While I'm here, I'm loading the trailer with all these walnut crotches and whatnot else I can find. That's the kind of hope. So anyway, enough talky. Got to get to work.